On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be discussing ladder safety, so stay tuned. Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast. If you've ever spent any amount of time online or have watched a Blooper Show, you realize that there's a lot of people falling off of ladders. Now, if you add a funny soundtrack or maybe a laugh track to it, it can seem funny, but it's really not a laughing matter, especially in the workplace. If you look at stats, a lot of the falls that occur in the workplace involve a ladder. So you have to be absolutely safe around ladders. So when you're using one, make sure that the very first thing you do is use the right ladder for the job. It might seem simple, but not all ladders are going to be what you need. So make sure that you pick a ladder that is absolutely perfect for the job. The next thing, make sure that ladder's safe. Do an inspection, and if it's not, don't use it. Next, make sure that if you're in an area that has any sort of traffic, you put out pylons or some sort of an indication so that nobody either walks into the ladder or drives into the ladder or walks under it. That could be unsafe if you would drop something. Just make sure you're safe around using them. When you are going up a ladder, make sure that it's on level ground. Make sure that it is anchored or someone's holding it and that it is at the proper angle. And then most importantly, be safe going up and down the ladder. Now, with anything that we talk about on this podcast, those are very high level tips. Make sure you follow all the guidelines and safety regulations of your facility. And keep in mind that although this is about warehouse safety tips, this is a very good tip for at home as well. Just make sure that you're always safe when using ladders. Now, we really appreciate you being around for this episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. And until next week, have a safe week and a safe day. And here's a word from one of our sponsors.
You want an organized workspace. You want a safe and efficient way to lay out your shop or warehouse. But it takes forever to mask and paint the floor lines, only to watch them fade and smear and have to do it all over again. The solution? Mighty Line Tape. Mighty Line floor tape is simply the most durable floor tape available. It's 7 times thicker than most other floor tapes. It's beveled on the edges so it can handle an army of forklifts. And it comes up anytime with no scraping and no residue. Why mess with the mess and the fumes of floor paint when Mighty Line has the rolls, shapes, colors, and signs that fall right in line with 5S standards? There's a place for everything, and everything has its place. That's why we're here. There's only one American-made Mighty Line tape, the only durable stripe.
You can find the show notes to each episode, links to information mentioned on the vodcast, the social media platforms we're on, and anything else related to the vodcast at warehousesafetytips.com. And if you want to catch our podcast and or request a sample pack of Mighty Line, visit mightylinetape.com/safety tips. Thank you for watching Warehouse Safety Tips and have a safe day.